2, 1, crescendo!
Underway qualification match number 44. Nerdherd quickly out to the center line for the Red Alliance, met by CPR. A long shot ends up into the next, the staging area for our next Red Alliance. But 39-31, now 44-31, as 8 notes scored by the Blue Alliance, 5 by the Red Alliance during our autonomous period. CPR worked their way through a collision underneath the blue stage, score into the blue speaker. Notes available for cooperation by the Blue Alliance. Now they've hit that button. Red's already done so. And 18 notes scored between the two alliances. Red speaker now amplified. 30-70 Pronto. 40-43 Nerdherd. 5-point shots in there, and they close the blue advantage down to 1 point. 2 points into the amp during that period. 52-51, now tied at 52 with 90 seconds left to play. 32-18, Panther temporarily immobile on the field. Blue Alliance carrying on with 2 robots. IRS and CPR, very quick cycle times, chase each other back down to the blue end of the field into an amplified speaker. They shoot, they score. One of them counts as amplified. 63-63 now. Our scores. Red is now amplified once more. Pronto in and out that time. Easy rebound right underneath, up and back in. And 30-70 with a note into the amp for the Red Alliance as they get ready for another amplified cycle. Blue Alliance has 1 note in the amp already as I stretch to get to that stack light. Red Alliance now leading by 1, 70-69. Red speaker amplified. 25-57 Sodabots back in. Their score into that amplified speaker, as does Yamhill County's Nerdherd. Here comes Pronto. Everybody's contributed that time, and Red Alliance now with a 92-76 advantage with 30 seconds to play. For the blue end of the field, we've got Panther back and moving. They're moving towards endgame positioning, as is CPR and IRS. Everybody's quickly going to the end game. Human players with high notes in the air for both alliances. 95-86, now 97-86. Red with the advantage as you get to the end game. Going for an ensemble climb. 30-70, 40-43, side by side. 3 red robots in the air at the red end of the field. 2 blue robots in the air. Referees will sort it out. We'll have your score for qualification match 44 in a moment. And here comes our affirmation to Formula 1 car, bringing home a red victory. Red Alliance 108, Blue Alliance 99. Your final score, 81-72 speaker, and both alliances with those extra points for Melody and Ensemble. So 4 ranking points for the Red Alliance, 2 in defeat for the Blue Alliance. What do you see in that match there, Josh?
Yeah, it's just a beautiful execution all around. You know, the Red Alliance ends up pulling ahead by, 9 points by the end. And it took, every piece of the match to actually make that work. I had 2 kind of favorite standouts, and we'll go in backwards order because that's just logical. But looking, in our teleoperated period, I noticed a nice flow really set in for that Red Alliance, starting at about the 1.5 remaining mark in the match. And when we actually roll our match highlight here, we'll see actually this Red Alliance cycle in. We'll have scoring attempt number, where was this? I think it starts right about here. There's Sodabots with their first one. And we've got 2-3 already queued up here at the source, and immediately, they're segmenting their runs. You've got 1-2 robots over here at the subwoofer scoring, and a 3rd bot over at the source, or vice versa at all times. We end up seeing most of the match flow this way. We're just gonna ignore this defense that just happened. Just pretend it didn't happen. Vanish it. But aside from that problem, really well-oiled machine as far as their cycles go, and you kind of have to have those short cycles at this level of play when the scores are this tight.
But the Blue Alliance was playing really strong. We just lost Panther there for about 10 to 15 seconds. but that's a cycle, and
That's
you
up
know,
to
that's
2
5
cycles
points. That's 2
at this
cycles,
level.
and
you know,
you're
it's
10-point difference at the end.
things happen. You know, we've seen powerhouse teams have problems this week. We've seen, you know, underdog teams have problems this week. We've seen some have perfect robustness, right? Every little detail starts to matter at this level of play. It makes it exciting to watch, and it does make those close matches a real bruiser. Now, rewinding the tape, see, segue backwards. You know, to get to our teleoperated period, we have to have a really strong autonomous, and we saw a great one from both alliances. Kevin Ross, founder of First Washington, actually talked to one of the teams in that match. He talked to the Soda Bots in their pit this weekend. Kevin, what did you think about Soda Bots Autonomous?
I'm here with 2557, and this is Sam. Sam is the